to see what the tarot has to say for me. It's been a while since I've done a tarot reading, and for myself anyway. I've done it for other people. I got about 6 more tarot readings to do before I give up on my life, I guess. I'm joking, I'm not going to give up. I never give up, but I think I give up on certain things. And yeah, let's get started. So I'll just show you. This is the simplicity I gave myself. I just bought these from the op shop. And that candle over there. And that. And that. That's so pretty. It's got like, beads on it like I want to do. I got beautiful pagan incense. Pagan magic incense. And it smells divine. I need a facelift. I think I don't need just hair growing. I need my facelift. I got some Lady Earl tea. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, now. Crystals were, but I don't have any around me at the moment. I'm just going to take the cat and put the cat over here. It looks good. I see a picture eye. Oh, there's another cat. That's another one I bought. Bought all these cats. They're all $1 each. I mean, you can't go past that. So I'm just putting some Vicks on. Getting up to my hidden card, my hidden aspect, my shadow self. And I'm going to call myself Montana here, because I feel like Cindy has died inside me again. She just came to life and found out what a mess her life was and decided to up and leave me. Mind, body and spirit sort of thing. And yeah, so Montana. Let's get on with your shadow self. And this is also a reading for me, Cindy Isabel Shorter. I didn't lose any of my cards last night. I'm so pissed off, especially since the guy was an arrogant fuck. He wasn't really interested in me. He was just talking about sex constantly. Yeah. I think I'm gonna pull these cards up and give these ones a quick shuffle. It's about as close as you get to me. I got a minute to shuffle it. There's only a few cards. See which one jumps out at me. Anyway. Not many, so I'm just going to grab the middle of this deck and put it on top because we're looking for my shadow self. So it's got to be, aha. There's 2 or 3 that came out. But I'm going to take that one. See what's behind me or what's around me that I'm not really conscious of. I'm going to get 2 cards for the shadow card, I decided. Ooh. There we go. Another one's fallen out. And the rest of the cards can go back in the deck. I'm going to have to count it to make sure I've got all the cards, but I think I pretty much have. Now, you know, every time I get a reading and I see a card that somebody else has gets, I think to myself, why don't you just take on what you said to them and say it to yourself? But with each person, it's different. Now, the first card that I picked up was the 4 of Pentacles, which basically means to me, I've got to close the door on past. And it's also the past way of my monetary situation, which has been pretty much poverty, bankruptcy, and all the rest. Yes, I have to file for bankruptcy if I'm not careful, because there's no way I can pay my bills, and I don't know what else to do. And so the 4 of Pentacles shows a much lonely goat. And if we know goats, they normally butt heads with people. They're very stubborn creatures, but they give off life force in milk. Their wool is good for some. The mountain is just like dismal in the way it's depicted. And oh, look, there's a face there of a man. He looks just as lonely as I do. It's basically telling me that it's the end of my situation. I am going to more greener pastures, and we maybe see that later on in my reading. And this is all about my shadow self. This is what I've been worried about, that I'm going to be lonely on top of a hill, butting heads with everyone while trying to defend myself and my actions. And I shouldn't have to defend myself or my actions, or I shouldn't have to be answerable to anyone else but myself. And it seems that I am answerable to other people, and it seems that some people have belittled me, slandered me, and basically made me feel less than a human being. So it could also be that I chose to be on this lonely mountain top and be a hermit. But it's also telling me to be prudent in my finances, to be watchful, don't be so spendthrift, which is really hard for me because I believe money's there to spend. And I like to buy things for myself, my daughter, my son. I have lots of bills which I cannot afford to pay, thanks to my car being stolen, my phone being stolen, and money being stolen and stuff. And it looks like it's the end of that cycle for me, which was a hidden worry, I got to admit. And it's a shadow worry, it's a shadow journey that it'll be on. So that means I basically have to watch out for any devilment which leads me astray. So just hang on a second. The milk is good for cheese and other products, dairy products. The wool is good for jumpers. I'm wearing a woolen jumper today. I got this from the op shop too. I went op shopping with my daughter, so it's been great. Same with my daughter. It's nice and peaceful. So let's get on with the card. Now, all I have to say to you, Montana, which is myself, as you've been lonely on the top of a mountain, you have yet to find your herd. You have yet to find anything that slowly begins to tell you you're on the right path. As you can see, you're on top of a hill. Yes, you're the king of your own steed. You have mastered most of your ways of life, but you basically have got nothing there. It's all blank harvest. It's like someone sucked you dry. It's like the barren desert has sucked you dry, or the clouds. The goat is also about, it's a beautiful symbolism about the male goat is basically the masculine, the manliness, showing your manliness, standing up over people, maybe being too bullying, maybe being too arrogant, but showing that you are capable of doing whatever you set your mind to. Goats in general mean faith and independence, which is what I really need to be independent of my financial situation and my living situation and a lot of toxic friendships. And faith, to have faith. And it's important when you're sitting there on a lonely hill, Montana, to have faith in yourself and to realize that you are on the right path. It's been a very dark one, but it will soon be getting better. The female goat basically means, fertility and abundance. And it's basically a well-being card, symbolism, the spirit animal of what the spirit animal of goat actually means. And it's great to see that they're not only that, they're useful to humans as well. And normally you see the shepherd up on the hill. Maybe that's the shepherd there, melded into the rock, sitting there, waiting for the clouds to go by and stuff like that. But anyway, let's see what Goliath has to say, because I'm pretty sure this was in his reading last. Yeah, it's the Pentacles. So we know it's about earthly matters that I'm worried about. We know it's about, physical matters that I'm wondering about. We know it's about, loneliness and being by myself a lot lately. And I have been, and even within a crowd, I've been lonely. Hoarding, selfish, unkind, possessive. Yeah, I can be selfish at times. I don't think I'm unkind. Controlling, stubborn spirit. Vain, obsession with material possession. No, I like my little clings, but I pay $1 for it. Maybe these are things I gotta learn. Inflexible attitude, resistance to change, one-sided, limited thinking, controlling your environment, having things only your way, keeping what you have, only focusing on your share, being greedy, declaring ownership of things, saving, wanting to be in charge, imposing structure on others, ordering your own favor, hanging or clinging onto someone. Well, that's something I did, which I'm not doing anymore. Denying weakness, insisting on doing things only your way. I don't know if I've been insisting on doing things my way. Maybe it seems like that to myself right now reading that. But I think I've got it more in this way. Loss of emotional control, which is true. I need to deal with your financial insecurities, which is true, and see where they come from within you. Learn to share and give to others more. Well, I can't share and give more than what I have. Spend more time with others and let people into your world. Well, I did that and it was not that good for me. It's not all bad and not everyone is going to hurt or use you. Just open your heart a bit more. Pull back the curtains to the windows of your soul and let the light be back in again. Well, yeah, it's a very desolate period. And to tell you a bit, most of you know what I've been going through, those that bother to read my own tarot reading. And this is mainly for me for later on, I guess. I've got to say, I can be selfish. I've learned to be selfish over the years, mainly because I don't get what I want. I never get what I want. And those things that I really want elude me till today. I have gotten to the point where I seem arrogant, I seem aloof, I seem very cold and selfish and thoughtless, but I'm not. I just have a lot of problems which I've got to work out. Because if I don't work them out through other people and meeting other people and understanding their reaction to the stories, how do I know what's the right reaction? I'm just basing it on what I feel and what I see. So it's been very lonely for me, yes. And it's, opening my heart, I'm going to try and do that one. The one change I'll make is opening my heart. I can't give more than I give. I give my life blood. I give my last dollar to a beggar. And I don't have anything else to spare. I can give more of myself. I can give more tarot readings, but I've been doing it for free for so long that I feel like there should be some sort of cost to the energy that I extrude make in the videos and do the tarot reading. Anyway, let's get on to the second card that I got. It's a major arcana, and it's the El Hangman, the suspended monkey. I always like the hangman. The one thing I get off it is see everything in reverse, see everything in a different perspective, and maybe look towards the future with brighter hope. To me, as you can see here, he's got a symbol on him, and I'm pretty sure it's a goddess symbol or something. I always thought the 3 stood for goddess, or the triple goddess or something like that, but I'm not quite sure. He's balancing, he's relaxed, he's doing a bit of yoga upside down, and he really does not care. And I don't know if this is a raccoon. I think it's a raccoon. It's one of those, I like to move it, baby. I like to move it. Animals that was on Ice Age. That's how I know some animals. God, I'm fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to go straight. As I said, the hangman to me is basically one thing, changing the perspective of what you're thinking and feeling. And right now, what I'm thinking and feeling is pretty fucking dismal. And you can see the lush background is mountainous and cloudy again. So while all is not revealed yet, it will be revealed soon. And it's sort of a destiny card where you have to basically go through it whether you like it or not. And if you put it in perspective of my physical ailments and my physical woes of money and my arm and being sick all the time, you'll find that I've got to change my perspective and maybe not be so dormant in my healing, and maybe be some more proactive in saving money and all that sort of stuff. Well, it's a suspension of things to pause. So, yeah, there's a lot of things I'm pausing, not choosing, careful planning, idealism, sacrifice, surrender of the ego, inner reasoning, slowing down, a decision to be made, to look at things from different perspectives and angles. That's what I say. Accessing the consequences of behaviours and their effects on others, reflection, wanting the best opportunity, no urgency, slowing down time, being vulnerable, accepting what is done and gaining experience and turning it around. Now that sounds exactly what I need to hear. That it's a change of perspective. I've got to turn things around to suit me. And I basically got to look at things upside down. I've got, like that jail thing I was talking about at the start, and the car thing. I've got to stop saying, woe me, and feel sorry for myself and having a pity party. I've learned to stop speaking about myself so much and only answering direct questions, because people say I give too much of myself that other people can use. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers my shadow self. So in my shadow self, my unconsciousness is telling me, hold up, don't think all's dismal. Maybe I'm not going to jail. Maybe they're going to understand after everything I've been through why I did the crime again and had another breach. Maybe my finances are going to get better. And I've got to visualize it, I suppose. I used to do treasure boards. I used to do all sorts of spiritual stuff, which I've stopped. I mean, I'm doing my dream catcher. So you can see it's very intricate weaving, and it actually forms a picture on the other side and stuff. I haven't finished it yet. So I've got a few ideas about what I can be doing with my life. It's just a matter of perspective. And I think I've got to stop searching for that other half, that perfect love, because it just doesn't exist for me. I fell in love once, and that's all there is for it. And my heart's still broken over it. And it's not my ex or my father or my kids. He was a stepping stone, and I never really loved him. But I liked him, but I didn't love him. And then towards the end, I learned to not like him. And that's like a lot of people. I got to start seeing my state of homelessness not a bad thing, but something that's subjected by others rather than myself. Yeah, there's just little things that I've got to turn around my thinking. Like I've got a spiritual entity that touches me and gives me blissful orgasms and is there for me every moment of the day. Maybe I think about changing my mind about not talking to him anymore after he misled me about someone else. But anyway, let's get on with it. I just light another incense. This is called Attract Money. And you know what? I don't know if it works, these incenses are specifically designed to do something. But I notice every time I finish a full box of Attract Money, so I've learned to burn the box fairly quickly, I somehow get money. Just maybe not enough to say, wow, I've saved some money, but I definitely get something to ease the burden. And it's really weird how it comes across and how it comes. But it's got this most beautiful smell to it. Anyway, we did the shadow self, and now we're on to my rainbow or my conscious self. And as we know, I've got to change the way I've been thinking. I've got to have more faith. I basically got to stop being so stubborn and having it my way, and learn to appreciate other people's way of things. And I've got to stop being so thoughtless and so selfish and all the rest, which I can do because I'm pretty selfless as it is. People just don't realize that. They think I'm all, you know, about myself, but I'm not. Anyway, I just have to shuffle the deck, so just bear with me. The shadow, unconscious self, is reflected in the above two cards. I found that it was a great insight to realize that I have to change my perspective and stop being such a hermit and allowing things to happen to me that is not my fault or is done by others. It is about time that I changed my ways and stopped being so selfish, I guess. Just shuffling the deck. It's such a big deck to handle. But I like it because it makes it easier for the guides to pick a card. Whereas, like, you know, I don't even know if I've got any guides left. I used to have like a Native American chief as my main guide. And I still listen to him. His name was Two Tongues, but in 2011, all my guides left me and I was getting a shift or a flucture of new guides. And it's been really weird because my angels and guides have all changed, and I mainly hear a couple of voices now. One's an enemy and one's not. And yeah, I've had a hard time of it, guys. So while I keep shuffling, everybody shuffling, shuffling, everybody shuffling, shuffling. Oh, that wants to come out, so I'm going to choose by using my left hand, which is my healing hand, because I always use my right hand, which is my power hand. There's a bit of warmth coming from there. Oh, it's harder. That's colder. Alright, there was warmth coming from that one, but then it sort of... Because it's all about healing, tarot. Tarot is a way to heal your life. It's not there to help you predict what's going to happen to you in the future. It's basically there to heal you. Now, the first two cards I got was the Two of Wands, and what crossed it was the Queen of Swords. So I know I'm going to get a messenger in form of a mature lady who's quite established with her thinking, who's quite literal, which is quite mastered the mental aspect of things, which I have really mastered the answer. My cat just did something really weird then. I've really mastered anything at the moment. And I'm going to choose a couple more cards. I'm just basically going to do the cross aspect. Oh, wow. That came up in the last 3 readings. I should have known. So did that. Maybe I didn't shuffle the deck yet. Anyway, properly. I know I did, because I shuffled it last night too. Alright, let's go first to the Two of Wands. I tell myself about what I see. Now, the Two of Wands is basically telling me I've had this idea in my head, this project, for a long time. And it's not a business, it's a creation. And with that, I need to get more upper in thought, more positive in thought. Where I've been very negative lately for me, and I haven't been that negative compared to others. And I need a charge of superpowers and super thinking and super literal ways of manifesting my creation, my vision for all, not just myself. And I've been charged with, by my angels and that, with a very great responsibility. And I'm hesitant to take it because I'm having trouble with this negative entity, which actually stops me from thinking or feeling anything but pain or disgust or rape or something like that. And I've got to get over it. This is where I've got to turn my thinking around. Yes, I'm feeling that rape and that right now on my pussy, and I really don't want to. And I'm saying to the person, please stop doing what you're doing, because I don't like it when you do it that way, or with that person in mind. I got to change my perspective on things where, I've got to realize that only so much thought waves can go into a manifestation of something. And the two of wands, wands is basically creating things. And it's the representative femininity and the bloom of creation. And to me, wands means stimulation, passion. Like if you got a two of wands with something that was cups, I would say that emotion, like if you got two of wands with two of cups, I'd say that's definitely adding someone into your emotional sphere, and you're going to create something to it. It could be a business idea, so don't get your hope up for love. Anyway, this lightning, just the way it brings down onto the antennas, antenna. It reminds me that there's a deer under here, and deers mean gentle spiritual journey, allowing you to have a spiritual journey with gentleness. And I'm assuming it's a deer antlers. And the lightning just shows me it's fueled by something powerful, maybe Zeus, or maybe someone who reflects Zeus, or maybe someone, it could either hurt you, kill you, or it can empower you and give you special gifts. And I feel like that's what's happened to me. I've gotten some very special gifts. I think I say that every time, and it's such a big head deck to handle. I'm going to choose the two middle cards and put the rest back in with the deck. And I'm only going to choose two more cards. Whoa! You'll fall over. You'll fell over. That's because it wasn't very stable that I'm doing that. Anyway, I'm going to shuffle again. And then I'm going to split the deck and treat myself the same way I treat everyone else. And make myself choose a lesser or greater thing. So, anyway, I've done my shuffling. I've split the deck. Hang on. Get my ugly face out of your way. Now, I'm going to choose. And in this, which one? I feel like with the two, I'm adding on to my individualism, which means someone's probably going to be creating with me. I'm probably going to collaborate on a project. I don't know who with, because I do not know anyone spiritual enough to be able to work on some of the levels that I work on sometimes and have a perfect understanding of each other. It's basically telling me to watch out as well for high voltage areas. Like, don't go putting my hand in any wall sockets. But let's consult Goliath again. So we know with me, it means I'm adding something to my life to do with my creation, my business, what I'm creating for myself and for others that happen to get what I create. And I also know it as, I also said it's like being given a special gift being supercharged with the power of or the hand of God and saying, yes, go down this path and master your passion and have passion for what you're doing and have passion for everywhere you've been and have passion for everywhere you'll go. Things like that, because one's is definitely a passion thing. So I've got to express my personal power, a stroke of genius, an achievement that is in motion, having an amazing idea. See, I wasn't too far wrong. Getting the ball rolling, charging yourself with energy to move forward, planning your new ideas, understanding your abilities, reaching out to the world with both hands, doing what no one else can do around you. So didn't I say that it's very hard to, talk about things on my level. I'm not saying I'm upper than anyone. I'm just at a very high level of spiritual awareness. What I have seen and been through has absolutely boggled my mind. But I've put it around to accepting what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've felt that not many other people do. They're all still stuck on paranormal stuff. I've gone back to the supernatural entities and I've gone to divinities. I've heard intergalactic schooling, which didn't work out for me, unfortunately. Reaching out to the world with both hands, doing what no one else can do around you, taking a different approach to things. That sort of goes with the hangman, doesn't it? Taking a different approach to things. Taking the bull directly by the horns, being able to being able to follow your newfound idea, getting to call the shots, being the master of your own destiny, holding strong value and influence on others, seizing opportunities around you. So, but previously I was unaware of my personal worth, feeling of unworthiness. Yes, this is me, definitely. Not being able to express what you're communicating, that is so true. Searching for a stroke of imagination and passion, that is so true. Staying too long in one spot and not extending yourself to a new potential life paths. And I have come up to a new potential life path. And I have to wait for certain things to happen to see if I be brave. And even though it says I have to, go out to other people and extend my heart and open my heart, I will do that. But my passion is right here with those two wands and that stroke of genius where I've been given a power to do something wonderful with. And all I've done is given it to negative energies that are not worth my time. So I'm going to say I'm quite happy to be alone. And I'm meant to be in an exclusive relationship, but I don't think it's a real one. And I am not going to go any further. And in that, my potential life path is doing that without the man that I'm in love with and stop hassling him just because I'm in love with him and I want him to be in love with me and he's not. And I think after 10 years of stalking this guy, I'm ready, maybe 12 years of stalking this guy, I'm ready to give up hope that we'll ever be more than friends or even friends nowadays. And this is my new path that I'm going on where I am going to fully lose myself into my spirituality again, I think. I think that's the only thing I can do. Anyway, let's have a look at the next card. And it is the Queen of Swords. So here we've had the passion, the grit, the creativity, the Two of Swords. And what's going to actually help me across this path is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords she looks like she's been shackled somewhat, hasn't she? She is very majestic with her headdress. She's got things that, I don't know, she doesn't look very happy, does she? Because she's all closed-mouthed and iron gripped, and it's a very pretty ornament on it, but maybe it's just an ornament, or maybe she's meant to keep her mouth shut. But what I can guarantee is that a lady from the age of, say, 28 to 48, maybe 54, will come into my life. This lady is well versed with her mental, she's got a grip on her mental health. She's got a grip. It doesn't mean she didn't fall with mental health beforehand. She's got a grip. She's going to lead me the right way, in the sense that she's going to deliver me right into the hands of my next path and have a beautiful message for me. That's all I can say about queens and all that sort of stuff, because it differentiates with every single fucking thing that you get. But the Queen of Swords, as I said, swords is such a mental thing. Normally you see swords digging at you or stabbing you in the back, and being that I'm coming up to the Queen means that I've got someone important enough in my life to help me with my directions and help me with what I have to change the perspective on, and get me off that lonely fucking mountain over there, and get me away from all these other, would-be competitors and things like that. Even the Three of Cups is the only cups that I've got in here. Yes, it is. The Three of Cups, the Trinity Triangle, it's very suggestive of what all this means to me. But this woman will have a sharp mind and, strong-willed. She will lead me to justice, basically. Now, if I was to take this woman as myself, I'd be a strong forward thinker and prefers to be alone in my home life, and privacy is paramount. Simple life, and it's an older female energy now entering the phase of her life where she's no longer wants to be in the fast-paced, chaotic life, which is very true of me. Very true of me. This strong and powerful woman that certainly does not seek or need or appreciation or adulation of others. She would rather reach inwards to her own memories and life to reflect and learn and better progress her own life. Yeah, that's me. This is a harder woman who usually prefers the company of herself and her animals rather than others. That's me. She likes to know about who, what, and when, and where, and how of every situation. Probably me. And sometimes others around her may feel interrogated or even bulldozed, but that's just how she is. She may have a very strong sense of liberty and justice. She's very selective of who she allows into her life. Yeah, sometimes I suppose I am, particularly with regards to friends and family. She has an approach to others in life that is very much the mindset of take me as I am and accept all of me, or have nothing else to do with me and leave me alone and I'll be happy. That's definitely me. But anyway, saying that I'm strong-willed, truth, justice, intellectual self-reflection, which is what I need to do right now, discernment, face things absolutely head on, even if hard to accept, play firmly in the set of rules and guidelines of things, can't stand lines or manipulative behaviour. No, I can't. Prefers everything out on the table where she can see it, straightforward and straight to the point. Dense personality, has very realistic expectations of things, direct in our affairs, dealings, and connected to the law enforcement, able to understand, connected to the law and its enforcement. Well, this could be where I differ, because I'm not connected to the law except as a criminal. Able to understand what is going on in the situation quickly and efficiently, and with a dark sense of humour. Actually, nobody gets my sense of humour. But I'm going to take these as that, one, I'm going to have a mature lady come in and basically confirm all that mental thinking I'm going to have to do. So I got a lot of mental thinking I do. And 2, I have a lot of strengths that I didn't know about. And I will be reading about Queen of Swords. Again, a pity it doesn't tell you with the lowercase what stones to use or what star sign it most likely goes in hand with. It could be a Taurus, it could be an Aries, it could be anything. Now, what's coming across is the Scorpion, the 5 of Swords. That's my next thing. That's what's basically leaving me behind. Now, I've fought a battle and I've got maybe 2 wins out of the 5, and I'm fighting for freedom of mental anguish. I'm fighting for freedom
Whenever
of mental...
Whenever I see the swords and I'm seeing this card, it's raining, it's dismal, they're fighting in the rain so far. Black has got 2 swords up and white's got 3 swords down. And it's basically white versus black, dark versus light, light versus dark. And I was once told I was the bringer of light to darkness and darkness to light. And I had to meditate on that for a long time to work out who I was going to be after I brought the light to dark and dark to light. And we've all got code names and spiritual journeys that are a sentence like that we're given when we first tap into our guides. It's whether, it's whether we see it or hear it properly and attest to it and basically learn from it and grow from it and implement it, is whether we get through the battle of light versus dark or dark versus light. And if we see here in this card, my dark path has been enormous. With all the things that have gone wrong, with all the pressure mentally, physically, and all the rest of it, my dark path has been a huge one. And the little light me is wondering if I should be quivering in my boots if it gets any worse than what it is. Anyway, conflict, battle, defeat, accepting an empty, hollow victory, dealing with defeat, dishonored fighting, an unfair, uneven battle has come to its close. Conquest, limitations, a toll of battle, assessing the aftermath, hostility, tension, argument and disagreement, revenge, a settled battle stage, conflict, being in a hostile environment. Yeah, that's very much me. Gloating, power plays, creating ill will towards others, gossip, criminal activity. That's me. Planning to hurt or punch another side that doesn't not see things your way. That's not sort of me. Not a time to rub salt into old wounds. Let it go. People don't have always to agree and have to see things your way for you to get your point across and validated. Be more tolerant in your diversity towards others. They have the right to think differently to you as you do before. That was sort of going with that other card saying that I was forcing my way upon people. I wish. Don't be baited into a fight. Instead of seek alternative route and stay calm when you feel that you're being triggered or gaslit by others. Don't waste time and precious energy on nitpicking over trivial things. You don't need conflict at this time, so don't align yourself with it. Look at the bigger picture. Well, I think that's basically saying what I said. I've been through a real dark, dismal path, and I've got to look at it as the bigger pictures and stop woe-meing and stop being selfish about all my crimes and all my little doodads and accept my punishment, whatever God may be. And really reflect on these predator-like cards that I'm fucking getting. Now, what is coming, or what's, I suppose, in the future, or what's coming towards me in the next 3 days to 3 weeks, is the 7 of Pentacles. As you can see, the toad is happily living amongst the carnivorous plant, which is also going for the yummy flies that are surrounding, annoying them all. They're getting their substance from the insects while battling our fly population. I'd honestly say one of those carnivore eating Venus traps could eat the frog as well. So I'm seeing a lot of predator things in my life at the moment. Not so much depict as a predator thing, but it feels like that way. Now, 7 to me is a very spiritual number. It's like everyone says 7 is heaven. I don't necessarily mean that, but it's meaning that I'm close to totality, which means I'm going to be rewarded for everything that I've put in, all my hard work. And I have done a lot of hard work. If you have a look at all this is all wall hangings that have to be finished. All this material that you see down here. I'm just finding that I am spending too much time with dickheads and wasting my energy contacting people that don't give a shit about me, and trying to explain myself, rather than concentrating on explaining myself to myself a bit better. Free from mental pain. I've got to be free from a lot of things, but basically betrayal is what I'm feeling. And if you have a look at the card, you got a bigger scorpion that's facing the smaller scorpion, and it's a balance of yin and yang here. Because in yin and yang, the opposite color is always smaller. So you go to basically the feminine and the masculine side could be warring inside of me, whereas I don't see my feminine side so much. It could mean that there's a bigger, better prey out there that's been preying on me, and to watch out for that. It could be a lot of bloody things. And you never know, the little scorpion might win, but I'm saying the big scorpion will win. Because the little one's definitely the prey. And maybe I'm becoming a prey of something. Now that would be fucking funny. But if I became
what
the
Goliath says about the good old 7 of Pentacles is satisfaction, fruitful investments, being financially secure, enjoying the fruits of your hard labour, positioning yourself in good financial spot. Doing something great with yourself with the money that you have made. Well, I haven't made any money yet, so that's obviously coming into my life. That all those little eggs in my baskets, and I've got lots of eggs in lots of baskets. Think of the dream catcher. I got lots of crafty sort of things that I do, and somehow that's going to pay off for me. I don't know how, but they feel that I'll be rewarded for my hard work, and I know I've done a lot of hard work. Now, the 3 of Cups. It's emotions. It's adding something to something that's already established. First, we start off as an individual. Then we add something towards us. Then we add something even bigger towards us. And the Trinity Triangle reminds me of something that is a blessing rather than a curse, even though it seems to have the most vulture-looking birds around it. And what I'm getting off this is that they're playing Ring Around the Rosie, but everyone knows in Ring Around the Rosie that you get the flu or something, or you get germs. I didn't know that about Ring Around the Rosie. I thought it was a cool song, but obviously I was wrong. I've been wrong about a lot of things, and for the life of me, my mind's gone blank with this card because I've had it 3 times and I've said things to other people about this card, so I'll have to go back in that tarot ring and just read whatever I think. It's unity, it's family, triangle, it's support, it's compassion, it's supported circles, oneness, shared, community spirit, abundance, and healing times. I have unity with someone, actually. Networking, placing your trust in others, celebrating rituals, high spirits, family, dancing, eating, drinking together, and being merry. Extending and receiving, relying on others, outside support, neighborly connection, team spirit, taking part in the ritual of tradition, forming a group, clan, coven, or club, which is what I've been trying to do. That's part of my creation, you see, is my federation and stuff like that. Now, the Emperor, oh, wow. The Emperor, when he gets to the poor devil, he dies, but, he's kicking here. And he's, again, a very, very beautiful stag. Now, stag are like deer, is again a spiritual journey, the ruling father. I think I'm going to get a man that enters my life that's emperor-like in status. And it's going to be a blessing for a chance. He's going to rule over me in a good way, not in a bad way. He'll be majestic, he'll be beautiful, and he'll be gently persuading me into love. That's what I reckon I'm going to get. But it's really hard to do myself a reading because I'm not getting any feedback from my guides at the moment.
They're all rely on Goliath. And this is how I really practice what the creators of the card have to say about the cards, because I practice it within doing readings for myself rather than others, because with others I tend to ramble on a bit more and I get more insight from your guides and stuff like that. But it's a major arcana again, so I've got 2 major arcana, one in my hidden self where I've got to change my direction, and one where the ruler, a very big ruler, the ruling father, is coming to bless me in some way. It's an authority, power, bold, leadership, empire, structure, advisor, mentor, divine masculine, father figure, grandfather, paternity, manager, pride, ruler, stability, enforcer, builder, government, warrior, demanding, constructor, mastering the material world, logical thinking, reasoning, ego, control of this physical, the ruling father, head of the household, CEO, to build something, family ties, sticking to the law and order, being official, legal work, setting directions, principle, organizing and shaping, and the form of things. I think I need this ruling mentor right now to help me with my criminal case. Now, Zodiac is Aries, so it'd be an Aries. Wow. He's definitely got the bloodstone in the planet. And Mars, I know Aries and Mars, and elements fire, of course it would be. So it's a very dynamic man with a very powerful, majestic thing. And then of course also be because I was looking at my yin and yang matter of the battle within my dark path and my light path, and I had a bigger predator that was going to prey on me. I think having the Emperor in my life, the ruling father, is really, really good. The Emperor is not afraid to get his hands dirty, and he believes in might is right, even when it's wrong. He will go down in flames defending his territory and the ownership of his land, people, and workplace. The Emperor is a father figure in your family or a workspace. He offers protection, guidance, and wisdom to all that will listen. He demonstrates his authority by his actions and behaviors and gains his wisdom from all his travel and hands-on experience. The Emperor also encourages others around him to find their own personal power and code of conduct, as he does not seek to control others but rather lead them. He is happy to listen to others and their ideas and ways of doing things, if they are better than his way. I've never seen the Emperor as a ruling through fear or manipulation. Rather, the energy of this card is about him trying to make the best decision for his family and workplace, yet ultimately knowing that you just cannot make everyone happy at the time, all the time. The Emperor is not about giving away your power to others, but rather turning it inwards towards self-mastery by being secure in the self by giving to others. And it goes on. Well, that basically tells me I'm on a spiritual journey, which I basically thought I'll be hermitizing again. I'm surprised I didn't get the Hermit. I'm really, really surprised I didn't get the Hermit. And it was a wonderful reading to do for myself. So Montana, did you hear that? You got your work cut out for you. You got to go through Cindy's muck in her head, turn it around, see a different perspective, get me off the mountain, get me charged up with a spiritual power where I lead into a partnership and reap the rewards in the next 3 days to 3 months to 3 years. Conquer my prayer, my dark and light path, and allow in a masculine energy, which is a father-like figure, which is what I probably need now, as a father-like mentor figure rather than a boyfriend or something like that. Because my father told me I'm a waste of space again. But no, he did say I was a waste of space and I deserve to die and I should be dead now and I wish you were dead and all these horrible things. So I do need a father, but I also need someone to help mold my talents and put it in a much more positive direction. I know my weaknesses. I just don't know my strengths yet. And it'd be good to see what this gentle persuasion of this fiery leader could actually lead into my way. Anyway, that's it for my tarot reading. It was short, it was simple, and it was sweet. And basically, I have nothing but good words to say about this deck. I am still studying it. I'm still getting energy off it. And I'm still trying to work out which is the best way to implement it in my style of reading, because I very rarely use the book. I normally go off energy and what I think. I learn keywords of the main deck, the for the rider deck, and I have not learnt anything more to that. The shapeshifter deck, I learnt a lot more, and I was more in tune to things. I knew most of the animal totems off by heart. But since the beatings and shit, I've lost a lot of my, general knowledge, routine, memory stuff. And it's very hard for me to, tap through certain aspects that are trying to control me still. Anyway, but it gave me a lot to think about, and it's basically told me I'm on a spiritual path alone, although there seems to be some sort of unity balance of spirituality, unity, maybe physical unity, I'm not sure. I know I've spiritually united with someone, it's a male, and I'm quite happy with him, but we have our own problems, and I got to turn my thinking, I got to get off, the mountain, or maybe get onto the mountain and really, start building a nest egg and stuff like that. That I'm a strong-minded, determined person, and I have lots of potential and lots of weaknesses and strengths to explore, like my selfishness as one, and having my own way is another thing. I have to face my predators and say, this is a fight that I do have to fight, and I'll fight. It's always discerning doing your own tarot reading and having to look back at it afterwards and read it and listen to it and maybe get some insight off it. That's probably why I'm going to do these videos, so that I can get some insight off my own tarot readings for myself. And I noticed you guys that have had tarot readings done for me look at it more than once, so maybe I'll be looking at it more months for myself. But anyway, this is Montana Ravenly, and I'm signing off. And this is CiS production, CiS Investments and Arts production, and all copyrights reserved 2019. All rights reserved, and let's get the video making, and I say goodbye. Bye.